Welcome to the 2018 SCAC Spring Media Days. I'm Rachel Gibbon with the University of Dallas head baseball coach Joe Myers and junior first baseman Mark Peterson. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Appreciate it.
Coach, I was looking at the roster. I see there's 9 freshmen added this year. Talk about recruiting this past season and how the new faces have been transitioning into the team.
Yeah, it was a different recruiting process for us because we finally are at the point where we're having upperclassmen on the squad, and primarily on the position side, we have a lot of juniors that are going to be returning. So for us, it wasn't so much based on the position players; it was the pitching side of things, and then obviously trying to always fill some gaps and bring in some good talent positionally. But for us, it was a big need was pitching and catching. And so that was our basis for what we were trying to do in the off season.
And speaking of upperclassmen, what qualities do you look for in a leader on the team, and who are the leaders on the team this year?
No, we have a handful. We have we have 8 juniors on the squad. We had some transfer guys that came in that also had some playing experience. So we look for Mark and Josh Abelos at shortstop. Luke Boylston in the outfield, Jordan Stickler in the outfield as well. So we got Paul Cioli, who's a catcher. All these guys have had multiple years of experience here of playing, and they've done a great job in the off season and especially in the fall of kind of setting the tone. And we've been stressing, hey, let's have a player-led squad. Let's make sure you guys are calling the shots, and we'll try to put guys into position to succeed, but it's going to ultimately be that junior class and those names that I listed that are going to lead our squad this spring.
And Mark, you had a very successful season behind the plate last year. You held a 6-game hitting streak, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. The list just goes on. What have you been working on this offseason to hopefully get that stat line or better again?
Yeah, I think my main focus has been just my game adjustments, so pitch to pitch rather than at bat to at bat. So really focusing on my zone hitting wise, really getting the pitch I want to hit and not letting the pitcher dictate my at bat.
Sure. And you've had 2 years so far in the SCAC. How do you prepare for the tight competition each season in baseball?
Yeah, I mean, the SCAC is definitely one of the best conferences in D3, and I think you can't look too far ahead. And so what we've been really focusing on this year is just winning the day, and our only goal right now and focus is on Sul Ross State, and so we're not looking forward from that, because once you start looking beyond that, that's when you let teams creep up and beat you when they really shouldn't. So we're taking a day at a time, focused on winning practices today, and then going from there.
Sure. And Coach, the University of Dallas missed the mark for postseason play last year, but you still had a successful season with a few series sweeps and personal best sets. What's one goal you hope your team accomplishes this season?
No, the big goal is to make the conference tournament, and we haven't been in the conference tournament since joining the new SCAC setup, and so that's the goal, is to get in that tournament. We've missed the mark the last 2 years by being the 5th and 6th seeds. So that's always the goal, is to get into postseason play and give yourself a chance to compete for a championship. And so when Mark says win the day, all that is geared towards winning the day, winning the practice, and take a series at a time. And then hopefully if we do all that stuff the right way, then we'll be able to give ourselves a shot of being in that top 4.
Sure. You've already kind of touched base on it, but how do you prepare your team for the tough SCAC competition?
Well, one of the things we got to get better at from last year is the pitching side of things, and we lost a handful of our top pitchers at the end of the season, and so it's having new guys step up. And in our conference, with what everybody's bringing back, positionally and pitching wise, the conference I think will be one of the better conferences in terms of what we get to see every single weekend. And so we're going to have to come ready to play, so it's putting pressure on the guys, getting pitching, and then allowing our experience that these players have had in the past to help make some adjustments moving forward.
And Mark, last question. What's one goal you hope to personally accomplish this season?
I think from my perspective, it would just be to be the best leader that I can for this team. And that starts by getting to know every player, kind of knowing how to approach guys when things aren't going right and when things are going our way, because we're a team that's really driven we feed off of energy, almost more than any other team does. And so being able to right the ship when the bounces are going our way, and also being able to keep us from getting experiencing too extreme highs or too extreme lows, and being able to channel that energy in a positive way, and then just going out there and executing.
Perfect. Thanks so much for sitting down and talking with me, guys, and good luck this season.
Thanks.